Hello, so it is Sunday, as you can see, 19, and I have here my project bag. This is where I try to put everything that I need to work on. And in regards to the project of the Celtic dress S, they're going ahead. I have to slowly but surely keep on doing the tiny things. And I love that once I finish something, I can put it away. So that kind of opens a space and it gives that idea of progress that I kind of love because it makes me a little bit proud of myself. What can I say? So let's bring out a new project which involves this, which I actually made for my Venetian dress. This is the underskirt that I kind of made in order to give it a little bit more volume. It is a simple white skirt, really. I need to do some ends, and I actually already work on detailing a little bit better the upper part because it was a bit messy and rushed. So this is going to be part of the project. And for the main project that I'm gonna explain to you better later, I want to show you the colors first so you can guess. We have a little bit of yellow, we have a little bit of blue, and we have red. I have this thing right here, which I did quite fast. I'm not too fond of it. I'm probably gonna change it. But just to give you an idea, to see if maybe with the colors and with this you can guess what it is. I actually started this before the Celtic dress because I thought that could be a beautiful Halloween costume. And when we were told about the event, considering it's set not only Celtic, it's a kind of medieval, kind of all of that fantasy, I thought that could be lovely. So I work in it, but then the Celtic one took over. So I focus on that. But now I considering also, like I said, that this one is the one that I want to add a lot of extra things in and I want to go a little bit crazy. I'm really excited. So that's why I brought it out so I can kind of, scratch that itch. And yeah, and I will, like I already said, I already began this. So there's a lot of it already done. A lot to go, don't worry. But of course, I'm going to be explaining to you a little bit of what I did without showing you because I already did. But I'm going to try to explain to you, and I'm actually quite excited for next week's starting of the project. Yay! There's nothing that I love more than saying I'm going to start a new project, getting excited, and then not being able to start the project. But finally, I think we can begin. So let's do it. This project I made the design already here in my DIY book. These are the colors, which I did not realize until I drew them that they were the Colombian flag, but it's not. It's Snow White in case you didn't got it. Now my division of things to do is into 5 parts, aka 5 different things that I can work on separately. The first thing is the white skirt, the underskirt, which is something that I need to do when I bring out the sewing machine, and that's it, so it's kind of simple. The last thing is the cape, which here we have. This is the fabric. I like this cape and it's long, so it's very dramatic. It has, the hood and everything. But even though I really like the fabric, I think it's lovely, it is a bit cheap. Like this shiny thing here, I'm not too fond of. So what I can do is add to it, aka elevate it somehow. Because one of the main things about this project is that it is regal. We're going out. We are adding stuff. But this cape, because it is the cape, it's the last thing that I'm going to be working on. So it's going to be at the bottom of the back of the project. I have some ideas already, and I'm going to, of course, be thinking about it once in a while. But it is the last thing that we're going to tackle. The main project is 3 things. One, the skirt. I did what I have done a million times at this point, which is doing triangles. Well, they're not really triangles, it's a trapezoid. But anyway, you put them one next to another, and then that's it. You have the form of the fabric. So the circumference at the top is smaller than the one at the bottom, so you have the flowy thing. What I did, though, was I added a white fabric. These are actually 2 pieces because otherwise it was too sheer. So I added 2 pieces of white fabric as well as this lace. And this is the front part. So what I need to do is that while on the other scales that I have done, I added the elastic, this time around we're going to do something different. I'm thinking that I have some extra pieces of the yellow fabric, so I'm going to do a strip here that is going to close it more. And maybe, I'm not sure, I'm going to add a bow on the back. But that's not important. The important thing is that it's going to be closed right as it is, no elastic. I've never done that because that requires to be very precise, which terrifies me. But I think it's important because I think in this case it would allow for the pleats to be always in place. While with the elastic you can move and it's not that precise because it doesn't matter. In this case I do want it to matter. Because in the case of the white fabric, I want to be a little bit close, as you can see here, because I was already working on the pleats. So for this costume, I would like to have more control over the pleats. Here's the thing. I made this one because it's the simplest thing ever that you can do to put under something. It is a rectangle with a bit of an elastic and some lace. You put it here, you cover it up, there you have it. However, I realized this is quite plain. I mean, it's not doing a lot. And also, I realized that one of the things about Snow White is the color. I'm not planning on doing the whole big thing because I just have no idea how. And I'm not too fond of it, like, oh, I have mixed feelings about it. But I do feel that it is necessary to do a whole white thing that goes also here. So I'm gonna need to rethink this. And over that white thing is the jacket. This jacket, I have to say, I have surprised myself. Like I said, I made this in like, let me put it on. I made this in a couple of days when I was kind of very into preparing my Halloween costume. Then the Celtic thing took over. But I was able to do this, and now looking back at it, I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm not an expert. This is my hobby, genuinely. So being able to do these things, I'm really happy, I have to say. Yes, it's not perfect, but I mean, come on. When I saw the yellow fabric with this fabric, I was like, we can do something. But this blue fabric was not much. So when cutting all of these pieces, I had to do it very precisely. I was trying to avoid as much waste as possible. And I actually got what I wanted, which is a sort of jacket that is a bit of an underbust. I did thought about doing it higher because I did saw a lot of costumes of that sort of period that cover it. But I thought, no, I want to go lower. I want this part to rise a little bit. The closing is the issue because I'm not sure how I want to do it. If I want to do the holes in here, or if I want to do like the Celtic one and add either those closing things or the round things. I don't know. I'm really very indecisive about that because I'm kind of nervous. I'm not sure about what exactly to want. And even though I have some ideas, I need to first have the shirt, the white shirt, absolutely, because it depends on how it looks with the shirt that I have here, including also the skirt. These are some of the things that I'm planning to leave when I have the other things also a little bit more done. But similar with the skirt. Besides that, I want to add things to this. This is going to be with many other details that I'm gonna add. Now, as you can see, this red fabric, it's a sort of a felt fabric. I had some pieces and I thought they were lovely, and I added this white one down because I thought that if I have the fake collar under it, and if I close it, it looks like it is the same thing, even though it's not. So a little bit of a small trick, I guess. And there's also, of course, the headpiece that I also don't know. Like, yes, I have made this one, but I'm not too fond of it. So I need to rethink about it, and I need to kind of, yes, work on the separate things, and that's something that helps me kind of, organize my thoughts. But at the same time, everything has to be coherent. And I want to say also that this is not a historical costume. No way. I am taking some inspiration for real life costumes of that sort of era, but this is in no way, shape, or form something that is meant to be recreated. I'm not that good. Genuinely, I'm just taking things that I think look great, and that's it. But of course, it has to give the vibe of Snow White. And also, as with other things, I want to level up. I want to work on new things. I want to try new things. And yeah, it's a hobby that I enjoy. And all of this, even though I'm kind of anxious about I enjoy. So yeah, that is the project. I was doing the color and I realized I want to do the opera thing, but not something crazy. But I do kind of got excited and I started working on something. So um, here I basically corded a strip of fabric, and what I'm doing is adding a metal wire that goes all around, and then I'm gonna add a couple of wires that go from that to the color. So I like this sort of color. So from here to here you have the metal wire that hopefully keeps it up. I'm not a fan of this mainly because I don't like to keep metal in the fabrics, but I do not have any other option at the moment. But it might work, so we'll see. Okay, ignore the mess. I think I made something. Okay, I'm gonna push it on. Okay. 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 It's good. Wow. Oh, although I never like it like this. Maybe I want to do this. Right, let me see if I can. So here, if I, move. So funny. I feel like a clown. Okay, wait. I actually like it. Okay, it's not perfect, but the idea is that it is attached, each thing, to the fabric. But I need to, like, theoretically, I would need to attach, like, all of this. Like, it should retain, like a corset, basically. It should retain the form a little bit better. But even like this, I'm actually not mad about it. Ooh. That was February. Hopefully, I was able to show you, what I did last month that I wasn't able to add to that video. And also, until now that I was rewatching that footage and trying to explain to you, I haven't done anything else, so I can then go with you throughout the moments. I do think that this one is going to be slightly harder to go with those projects because I love them. I'm actually quite excited, but I also have to do some other things, so I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to do, but I absolutely going to show you because I'm actually quite excited. Anyway, like, I wish I had more time to focus on those projects, but you know how life is. So yeah, I'm gonna be trying to and show it to you. It's here. It's the end of the month. March, it's over. And I made a dress. I have not gone ahead with any of the big projects, and I was kind of missing the creativity. And I made this dress, and after I made it, I realized, oh, I see. So what happens is that I love to get into the project. I could spend hours on hours on something and I don't even notice that the time is passing by. I just go and go, and I love that feeling because, I mean, I feel that I can do more like that. I can really get into it, so I can make the decisions. I can go ahead and put everything kind of together. That allows me to genuinely go on. If I don't have the time, well, I get a little bit left behind because I'm missing that feeling. So I ended up not doing it. And it's kind of sad because then I see the time, the day, and I go, oh, I have to sit here and say, I haven't done nothing. That's sad. I don't like that. But it happened because it was a month in which I didn't have a lot of time. But probably the next months are going to be the same. And because of that, while I was doing this dress, I realized I need to figure it out. I need to figure out how to find an equilibrium between wanting to create, going ahead with the projects, but also using the time that I do have. I don't have the hours, maybe sometimes during the weekends, there's a holiday coming up, so maybe during those days I could do something. But the reality is I also have to do other things. And you cannot always prepare the time that you're gonna have. Sometimes things happen. So I need to find the time to go on. Now, in regards to this dress, I haven't actually finished it. There's a few things. I decided that I'm going to make a whole video separated on this very simple thing, like one day, even if you have the time to do a nice summery dress. And then, in regards to the costumes, I kind of went ahead with tiny things, closing some stitches, putting some details here and there, but I still have a lot to do. For example, I have this, which is, the summer cover. This is the big one. This is, the dress one, and this is for the other costume. Because I had these pieces left, I was able to do one on the back, put the other in the front, and cut it in half and open it, so it looks sort of like a jacket. I need to put the gold, and now that we have more hours with the sun, it's lovely because you can actually see it more and more, and I love it. So I need to go ahead, but I cannot spend a whole day with it. I can, because there's also the possibility that if I do have the hours, then I'm gonna want to work on some of the other things, because this is already kind of dealt with. I just need to do the details. And also the custom of the other person. Maybe during some of the holidays I might have time to meet up and fully, get the measurements right and deal with it a little bit better. I have done some things, but again, it's quite easy when you don't have the person right there. But I might be able to do so next month. So this month has been weird. Again, I knew it, and it's so weird that I knew it and still kind of struggle with, but it's fine. Let's keep it positive. Let's try to understand ourselves and, kind of, take us out of the gloomy mentality of, oh, I haven't done anything. No, no, no. I did stuff. I wanted to. That's why I ended up making the dress, because I was missing the feeling of doing stuff. I just need to find that balance. Push myself to maybe at night, usually do some stitches here and there, go ahead with some things. If I can, if I do have the possibility in a couple of hours to work on the projects, I do. But otherwise, there's always tiny things that I can work on, and I should try to push myself to find that creativity feeling in there. So yes, this was this month. I really hope your month went a little bit better than mine. Mine was a bit messy. We'll see the months. I'm telling you, I don't think they're gonna get much better, but we'll see. We'll see. It's fine. It's fine. We're all trying, right, in this life, between work and things to do and the house and all of that. Oh, I did, however, because it's spring, I did some spring cleaning, and I did organize some of my fabrics. I did organize some of my. In fact, I came out with this dress because we went out. I saw it on a store, and I was like, I wanted that style dress, and I have the buff fabric. So I went ahead and started working on it here. And there were some things that I thought I wanted to do, but then I kind of saw everything and realized, no, I don't really want to do that. Or maybe this one is something that I do want to do. So it's on the box, let's call it, of projects to do in the future. So I have things to do. It's not that I'm not creative. It's not that there's nothing to do. It's that I need to organize my thoughts and, the time that I do have. So I hope you already have that realization. If not, let's go. We can do it. There's another month coming up that we can work on those things. Again, I hope if you had a creative month, it's lovely. Tell me about it. I'm a very curious person. In any case, that was March. So see you next month. Bye bye.